We are Skugga here to talk and to present our product today. So this is, I am Daniel Eriksson. Can you hear me properly? Yeah. So my name is Daniel Eriksson. I am one of the three brothers that are co-founding this. This is my beautiful elderly brother with a beautiful leg today.
Thank you. Yeah. They said, well, good luck in Paris, go break a leg. And I said, what the hell?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so anyway, we're a company based in Stockholm, but we also have offices in Milan, and we have a development department also in Prague. So we're starting to get somewhat global, or at least European, I suppose. So we're here today to talk about the Skugga platform that we're offering. Skugga is, we are not doing eyewears, we're not doing apps, but we are providing the full ecosystem that is needed for designers to do smart eyewear, and also for app developers to start utilizing this cool data that we're gathering. That's pretty much, in short, what we're doing. Our aim goal is that it should look like ordinary eyewears. So you should be able to design using your ordinary design tools, and you should be able to produce them using your ordinary production methods. And I'm not sure if I'm covering something here. But the module itself utilizes that you can use, you can do pretty much, not all dimensions, of course, but very much of the different geometries. Yeah?
Yeah. And it's really important in the eyewear business, as you know, to have lots of shape, different styles, and to have a huge freedom to create your designs. So this is what this is all about, to be able to create different kinds of shapes and styles around technology that is mass-produced.
Yeah, and we spent 8 years to try to learn how the business is doing their design and production. And they are, you can also use both like acetate, you can do injection molded parts, and also like 3D printed parts, like the ones that I'm using every day here.
But these are a couple of the acetate frames that we had been developing. So we're trying to make it really easy for, especially acetate designers to create something around this technology. So, for instance, the whole module is one piece, and here you can see some of the features. It's an integrated connective hinge that has 20 wires going through it. It has the feel and the look and feel of a luxury hinge.
Yeah, and still it lasts for more than 100,000 cycles or bends. So 4 times the amount that is, considered being a premium hinge. So more than 100,000 bends together with 20 conductors running through them. And it's still cheap.
Okay, going through the actual problem with smart eyewear. You want to collect data. So data is the new big thing. It's the new gold, so to speak. But how do you collect data? And the easy answer is that on your head is the best way to collect data, both health data and environmental data.
Yeah, so we divided, just to be for ease, we divided it into 2 parts. So first, it is the motion sensoring parts. We have a 9-axis motion sensor. And up here, you get a very nice precision and accuracy of this data. So we can say for sure how you're standing, your posture, like your golf swing, stuff like that. So we can really, and we do this 5 times per second. So the accuracy is very nice. These also, we also included a couple of like safety features. So for example, if you would like your old mother to have a fall protection alarm or a drowsiness alarm while driving, stuff like that, and activity, you know, are they moving today? So there are a couple of security features that you can also implement and use this sensor for. And for example, if you're looking at your screen too long and stuff like that, we can also very easily implement features for that. The other part is the environmental sensors. And it is a couple of sensors that are just monitoring your exposure during the day. So carbon dioxide, air pollution, humidity for like dry eye problems, air pressure, UV radiation, light. So these combined makes it possible to do, for example, skincare apps. Skincare is something that is extremely complicated. You need a lot of different features and sensoring to be able to produce a good, solid advice, for example. So if you're a cosmetic company or you're a hair care company, a skin care company, now you have the opportunity to create an app where you, of course, suggest your own products, but products that are meant for your actual exposure. And this is the first time this kind of data is being collected. So we're very proud of that. And I mean, you can do tons of stuff with it. But as I said, we're just providing the system. We are not doing the apps, we're not doing the eyewears. That's for others to do. So that's why we invite everyone to be a part of this, what we consider being a revolution.
And also just to be really clear, I mean, measuring health data on your wrist, like your modern smartwatch, it's a really bad place to measure it because you can cover up with your arm and so. But if you move it to your torso, it's much better. But of course, the head is the absolute best because you have your balance organs here. So it's much better to measure things here, but it's more difficult because of the miniaturization of the electronics needed.
It has to look pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, so what do the sensor module consist of? Well, we have a microcontroller, of course, like a microcomputer for those who are not used to this. And we have a Bluetooth connection. So you need a small app on your phone in order to collect the data and send it to the cloud. But it's fully integrated, ready to go out of the box with hinges, with batteries. It's waterproofed, it's dust-proofed, you know, so you can implement it into a not ESD or electronically production area. So it's made for this industry's production methods. And of course, it's fully certified. Yeah, we also forgot that we have the only user feedback that we have today is that we have full color LEDs on each side. So you can get like blinking green when you're supposed to turn your car, you know, for navigational or different notifications.
Or if your mom calls, it blinks like 2 times red.
Our mom,
yeah,
very important.
Yeah, don't answer that.
Don't you think, Jonas? That's the last brother, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, and how do we do this? I mean, as I said, we have a small app that is running in the background. It collects the data and it sends it to the cloud. Every external app developer can then use this data, but of course, you as an end user are in full control of your data. So privacy is one of the key features for us. You're in full control of it. It's totally compliant with the regulations for GDPR and FISA, for example. So this is something that we're putting a lot of effort and resources to, but it will be a really, really nice system. And we will be one of the first that are fully compliant because we're building the system. We have the luxury of being able to build a system from scratch, unlike Google, Apple, and Facebook that have, you know, millions of users already and don't have that luxury. And I mean, in summary, what do we do? Well, we consider it being that we are providing you with some sort of sixth sense. I mean, you will not become a superhuman, but you will have an advantage in life if you are using our stuff. Because it could be, for example, if you're If you're in a conference room, you can get a notification that right now I have a reduced intelligence because I have too high rates of carbon dioxide, for example. You can make sure that you don't get any back problems, sorry. When you're looking at your computer and you get a notification. You know, small stuff that just makes it, and of course, a perfect skin, stuff like that.
And very much into different kinds of gait analysis. That could be important for me in the future, but yeah. To really know how your posture is, if you are getting better or worse, or if you're getting a hip problem, that will we will be able to measure in real time.
Yeah, and what do you get from, I mean, now we discussed what the end user, what the beneficial benefits are for the end users, but how about the brands and the OEMs? Well, we can, without breaking the GDPR, provide you with an image of, so you can start getting to know your customers better. You can start interact with your customers, and you can ask them, you know, you can see trends. So which eyewears are they wearing right now? What sort of profile do our customers, you know, tend to? So you can get to know your customer a lot better, and you can also like push notifications. Customers that are nearby you, your store or whatever, you can send them a push notification that come in for coffee and we will discuss the latest offer, things like that. So it's a good way of getting to know and interact with your customers in a different way that you have the possibility to do today.
And we can also say this again and again, we are not developing apps and we're not developing eyewear. So we're just a player that connects these two worlds.
Yeah, everyone should be able to do smart eyewear. Yeah, we don't have time to go through all this, but I mean, this is just some examples of what you can do with this data. But I mean, the fantasy is all that stops pretty much, because you can do a lot of funny things and good things for you. So we've done just a couple of example apps. So for example, what can you do with the environment? Air quality, of course, a nice thing to have. You can start collecting, so you make sure that you're not in a space where the air pollution is pretty much. I mean, if you're training or working out, you should be able to, you know, go to a safe spot. And it's not something that is calculated by the authorities or so. This is the actual pollution at your place. And for sport activities, I mean, this is a really good product. As we said, we have better accuracy than most of the different Apple Watches or whatever. Please don't sue us, but I mean, it's a better place to collect that kind of data up on your head.
And also, I mean, if you are into the environmental issues, if you want to have a cycling map where it's less polluted, our small units will create a micro environment, microclimate, so you can easily access that route that's not so polluted.
Yeah, and I mean also these sensors connected together, I mean as a combined image, makes it possible also for like the Weather Channel or whatever, they can start purchasing information in real time, which makes it possible for us to together watch the climate and follow it, you know, in real time on a micro level all the time.
Yeah, we've been discussing this. We don't want to go too deep into the cloud system here. That is something that we have been spending a lot of time and money building a backend that collects all this data in different ways. But we just need to say it's open for all app developers and also third-party app consumers that could use this, like weather services and so.
But still emphasizing on the end user has to approve that their data is being used.
Yes. So data privacy is huge and it's really important for us. A couple of more app suggestions. I mean, all the brands at this show, they have customers with different needs. So with this platform, you can start looking into what each and every brand could use in terms of functionality. So it's really exciting to dig into a brand and see what they could do in the connection between the brand and the app. Because with the app, you can get closer to your customers and really start connecting with them. And I think our last slide is to summarize. It's really easy. It should be a standalone module integrated with everything. You can use it in any type of eyewear, sort of. Of course, not the smallest titanium temples, but we're working on it. It's really easy to connect to an app. It should be easy for app developers to develop apps for this. It should be easy for the eyewear designers to design glasses around it. And then at the end, you can really connect it to all the standard services like Google Health, Apple Health Kit, and so on.
And how about the future?
How about it? Yeah, we are trying to be developing our platform to fit the future. And the future kind of consists with new electronic lenses in some way. So we need to be able to control electric lenses. And I mean, there are electrochromatic, there are augmented reality, there are lots of them there. So that is the next big thing for us, of course.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the commitment that we do to our customers, is that if you are on board this, as soon as the new technologies come and they're good enough, they will be released into our platform and will be available. And also the geometries of the module will always stay the same, which means that the customers can actually upgrade their product when we have new cool features and sensors. So it is future-proof, and this is just the first version, but we think it's a really exciting product, and we think that everyone will start enjoying them and seeing the benefits that you can get from it.
Super.
Thank you. Please visit us in our booth there.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions.